Welcome to the Art Room. I am Mr. Patmore, and I welcome you to our examination exhibition for grade 11. These students have done quite an exhibit or an exquisite job. Now, they have not just put up with me behind them day after day, and me bothering them to complete all assignments and tasks. But even though I was the miserable teacher, I am also now the proud teacher, as we showcase what we consider to be a series of studies of their thematic approach. Our grade 11 students, though some timid and vocalless, have shouted loudly through their artwork, and we exhibit what we consider to be their best pieces for this term. So please, enjoy as our students speak loudly and clearly through the visual arts. So kindly listen to their concepts, their interpretations, their analogies of what they consider a voice they need the world to hear and to understand. So watch as they speak through the visual arts.
Art is my choice through which I express who I am and what I can become. My work stands as an evidence of my abilities, but they do not show my limits, because in art there is no limitation to my abilities. My work explores the difference between what is seen to be perfect in some cultures but imperfect in another. With influences of the Jamaican culture, which is inspired by the European culture, I have sought to investigate why most persons would see elements in different cultures as being error or taboo when we are exposed to other cultures. Ever since I was a student, I have been fascinated by the essential unreality of what people see to be perfect, because what starts out as real and right is corrected and transformed into what is fake and unreal. This only leads to a result of chaos and the possibility of a new reality, as we aim to match an idea and not something based on functions. When persons look in the mirror, all they see based on the ideas of this culture is nothing than an imperfect reflection. So they do all kinds of things to make up to reach a state of what they see to be perfection, and by doing that they only bring chaos upon themselves. Persons always try to reach a level that is believed to be perfect by trying to fix what they believe or consider to be errors of the human body. Humans cannot be pleased. My art pieces, Taboo, which is medium, is consists of pencil on paper, which was completed on October the 21st, 2015, clearly stands under my theme, Errors of the Human Body. My second art piece, The Great Change, which medium is mixed media, was completed on December the 10th, 2015. My third and final art piece, which is Taint, which medium is consists of pencil and pencil crayon on paper, was completed on November the 26th, 2015. And all these pieces come under my theme, the realistic side, and under my topic, Errors of the Human Body. Who influenced my pieces? Who inspired me? The famous Caribbean artist Errol Lewis, or his well-known name Elgo, is a painter, a poet, a merchant, a traveler, a businessman, an art dealer, and a spiritual voice. Elgo's art pieces show his own African roots while it nourishes his creative talent. He was inspired by a trip to Ghana, where disappointingly, he realized that black artists, whether in Dadua, Ghana, or Kingston, Jamaica, were left in a different league by a society rooted in sustenance and survival, unready to actually pay for their cultural product because Africans were not interested in purchasing or looking at art. And with this, Elgo started to make a difference with his art. A piece done by this famous artist, which is titled Red Road, from his Dreamscapes art collection, has an amazing use of color and contours depicting a landscape. The composition, heaven and earth, are unified as the artist journeys into African terrain using well-defined shapes. Red Road shows the natural feature of the red dirt roads in Ghana, hardened by the sun and tempered by the rain, yet still it shows no evidence of mud. The painting goes perfectly with the title and perfectly with the theme. Elgo's art and inspirations are similar to my art piece titled The Great Change, which shows that Africans find it hard to accept their culture, so they try to create something new and different from what really is supposed to be. Elgo's trip to Ghana has concreted that this is true. When he painted Red Road, he showed that Africans don't accept their culture for what it is. My best piece is The Great Change due to its strong appeal to my SBA topic. The Great Change is consisted of three persons who are carved into separate trees, but they all are formed from one culture. This piece highlights the change that Nicki Minaj is taking to be different from what is acceptable to her culture. The use of tools stands as a significant identification that there's a change and there's a difference. The use of pencil, crayon, and paint of colors red, white, and black shows how culturally strong the two Trinidadians are. The yellow that have been used for the tree leaves stands as an cemented evidence of their national tree. If this is to be compared with Nicki Minaj, who has been shaped out with no leaves, and the tools are pencil and rubber with pencil crayon, the difference is succinct. She has no form of her Trinidadian culture evident on her. Due to this application, it shows she had given up her culture for something that is far off-fetched. And all my pieces are under the group theme, the realistic side. Thank you.
And this one, sir, instead of just drawing it whole on a piece of paper, she used 1, 2, 3 different pieces of paper to create. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. My name is Nadine Cheney, and I'm in grade 11. And my artwork comes under the theme, the realistic side. As you can see here, on this side, this is showing things that can be used to make a cup of tea in the morning while you're eating your breakfast. The cocoa can, and the milk can is on a table. And this was done on the 9th of December 2015. Art medium used were pencil and crayon and paper. And on this piece, this is showing a light bulb in the center of the paper on the ground. This was done on December 6, 2015. Art medium used were pencil and paper. And finally, on this piece, you can see a pair of red shoes on a shelf. Art medium used were pencil and crayon and paper. This was done on December 9, 2015. Well, to me, art is another fun way of expressing yourself. Whether it may be painting, drawing, or other methods of art, it's just fun to communicate with others through a work of art. Still life drawing is a painting or a drawing of an arrangement of objects, typically including fruits and other flowers and objects, contrasting with these in texture, such as bowls and glassware. The reason I love art so much and enjoy still life drawing is because of the way how our eyes capture the image of a three-dimensional object, send it to the brain to interpret it, and then use our eyes to produce that interpretation on a flat surface, such as a paper. I like the way how still life drawings or paintings trick the brain into thinking that it's a three-dimensional object and it's just a flat piece of paper. Well, to me, my best piece is the tea time. The reason for this is that I spent a lot more time on this piece than the others. It was the first still life drawing I've ever done since I chosen still life. That was the correct by my art teacher, Mr. Patmore. So I tried to put all my effort into it until it looked the way I was hoping. That's why the tea time is my best. My influence comes from a very professional artist, Wendy Collins, an American expert who did a drawing of a booba. In the piece, she used green to give the lizard its color, so I decided to use green as my background color for my tea time piece. Then to make her piece look like it's popping from the paper, she used the cotton so that the lizard will seem as if it's standing on the paper. So that's why I decided to cut the paper right at the edge of the table so it would have a popping. Right at this area, and then put a green background. I have indeed got comments on my work saying, "Whoa, is that really a drawing? How did you do it?" and so on. So yes, I am satisfied with how my pieces turned out, and indeed, I strongly believe that the theme, the reality side, does fit my still life art. Thank
I like the way in which the bulb, the glass section of the bulb don't break the difference between the bulb being on the ground and the background. I don't know how you got the line in the black section right there. If a rubber or a white out or a white pencil, but it's interesting, and I like the metal texture at the end of the bulb. You really look metal from where I'm sitting. I don't know if because I'm sitting far, but I I like it. I like that. And it look glassy too.
Thank you very much.
I like it.
Good afternoon, my name is Moya Hall. My theme is World of Dreams. To me, art is more than a painting or drawing. Art connects with people. It also gives each individual a different feeling and expression, giving off more than one meaning. As an artist, my main reason for making art is to connect with my people and to urge them to adore what they never thought even exists. I want my ideas to show a new world to the unknown, leaving them with an unforgettable memory that inspires them. Upon seeing all my themes, I choose the one that draws my attention. This urges me to research and learn more about the theme. When creating my ideas, I test different materials and surfaces to see which would be most appropriate for my piece. However, I do research on my theme and observe on how and what artists use to create their own pieces. This is also done with techniques, therefore I choose what techniques are fun, appropriate for my piece, and exciting to learn. With all my pieces, I try to convert the real world into something unreal, making an individual curious about my designs and having a lasting memory. Creations such as anime, games, and cartoons inspire me to explore the fantasy and draw the individual's mind into my own world. People tend to adore an unreal environment more than a non-fictional, and this urges me to share my ideas, designs with everyone. My first piece is called the motivational poster. It is done with pencil, crayon, and pen on canvas board, and it was finished the October 1st, 2015. My second piece is The Great Minds Think Alike, what was done with acrylic paint on canvas board, and it was finished December 8th, 2015. My third piece is called Hidden Worlds Among Ourselves. It was done with pencil, crayon, and ink on canvas board. The artist that inspires me is Marcus Gooding. Marcus Gooding is a self-taught artist from Trinidad and Tobago in the West Indies. He has been painting professionally for the last 5 years. To him, painting is an instrument for unlocking creativity. He uses principles for perspective and colors to make surreal images. His piece that inspires me to do his best piece is called Warrior in Man. The piece Warrior in Man shows a warlike spirit in humankind. The red surreal surrounded typifies the warrior-like. The figure connotes a mythical image and endeavors to show boldness and fierce emotion in this ethereal image. The real surreal surroundings are found in the background of the piece, so as the warlike spirit can be found in the center. The title Warrior in Man matches with the piece because of this fierce and bold emotion the spirit shows. It describes the warrior in us and shows that we can rise above any challenge that is placed before us. This piece was successful in how the boldness and fairness was shown in the face and stance of the warrior. If I were to do this piece, I would change the spirit into something more recognizable, such as a tiger or fox. The comparison with his work and mine is the similarities in both of our pieces. That is, that both characters show fierce and bold emotions while overcoming their challenges. My best piece is called Motivational Poster. This piece shows a depressed girl dressed in a dark blue jacket and a hoodie over her head. She is also wearing gray jeans and a gray and white sneakers. She is walking with her hands in her pocket in an isolated alleyway which is made up of black negative and red positive words. The sky is cloudy gray and brings a gloomy feeling to the piece. The alleyway is made up of buildings, sidewalks, and a street. Black negative words make up the buildings, while red positive words make up the street. The street and the buildings can be found on the left and right side, as well as the girl can be found in the center. The sky is in the center top of the piece. The title Motivational Poster matches this piece because of its motivation. The buildings and sidewalks surround the girl with negativity. This negativity stands for her friends, family, or society which try to influence her to do negative things. However, she walks on the positive which motivates her to do the right things and ignores all negatives surrounding her. This piece was successful in how the girl was colored and stood out. The way how the words looked and where they were placed was also accomplished. If I were to do this piece again, I would make the atmosphere more gloomy and depressing.
Alright, yes,
I like the piece, Rising Above Negative Criticism. I like the way how she did here, like it's a shield. Like I play in a video game, video game, I get a shield, nothing can touch it. So she's avoiding the negative criticism.
Alright, good critique. Anybody else? Yes, Risha.
I like Great Minds.
Alright, what do you like about Great Minds?
It shows that your imagination is ability to what you think. Like you can create a whole different world in your mind.
That's what we do.
Rising above negative criticism of yeah. My best piece here because the consider really take a time to sit down and really write it
Okay.
Funny students, my name is Shema Samuel. I do art because art is to me the only way to express my feelings towards reality and the dreamer. When I draw, it's always a challenge because I never try to duplicate my artwork. My art pieces, even when I look at another image. There has to be something different about my art piece, even if it's the smallest detail like an eye. I draw based on how I feel. Sometimes it's love, anger, hate, friendship. Sometimes I just want to be creative and try to do something I haven't done before and don't look at any images to complete it. When I draw, I try to make it easy to understand so I can put small, valuable details to explain the whole piece. Drawing helps towards my future because I want to become a tattoo artist. So I take art classes with that helps me to develop more skills to become a better artist. I would like to thank Mr. Patmore for pushing me to finish my pieces and I hope he continues. And I would like to thank my family and friends who helped me by supplying me with my tools and equipment. My art pieces are based on the theme Dreams and Nightmares. Dreams are successions of images, ideas, emotions, and sensations that occur usually involuntarily in mind during certain stages of sleep. A nightmare is an unpleasant dream that can cause a strong emotional response from the mind, typically fear, also despair. Without dreams, there will be no ambitions to chase. There will be no goals to reach. We will all be nothing without dreams. How many of you ever consider that a nightmare might be actually be good rather than bad for your health? According to Dr. Alex Lutman, the author of A Nightmare book, Nightmares. To make sense of darkest dreams, both these facts are true because of the symbols in our dreams that represent the same things throughout the world. Like many dreams therapists, he believes that people have nightmares about the same things because a shared human experience. He claims He claims understanding this language of symbols in our nightmares can help us resolve hidden problems in our lives and improve our well-being. My first piece is is Love Kills. My art medium was used that I used were pencil and pencil crayon on paper. It was finished on October 28th. My second piece was in this game of tug and war, sometimes as someone has to win. The art medium was used were pastel and pencil crayon and watercolor paper. It was finished on November 7th, 2015. The last piece that was finished was Losing One and Gaining One. I was helped with that title by Kiko Mark. The medium I used was pencil and paper, and it was finished on December 7th, 2015. My favorite piece is Love Kills because it is from. I thought of that on because of a period of time that I was going through with a relationship. No further information on that, but it is my favorite because it just shows the reality between love and hate in humans. I compared it to Marcus Gooden, the artist I chose. I compared it to Evening Thoughts because in late Evening Thoughts there was a lady that was just standing and thinking about her life and what her next move will be and her past, and she was just standing and I compared it because in this image the lady is just thinking about what her next move will be, same as the man. Will they kill each other or will they just stand there and hug?
Are there any
I really
comments?
like the piece with the girl and the man because it's saying that the girl is not she doesn't know if the man is going to kill her, and the man doesn't know if the girl is going to kill her. They don't trust each other.
Someone else win as well. Me like it. Sorry, I have a problem speaking fluent English.
Speak or you speak with your husband.
Okay. Sir, I want to understand that. I want to push him to merge into where having them a pulling man. What bring that idea? They want how come this come about?
Because there to us God is going to heaven would be a dream and going to hell would be a nightmare, so I merged it because precisely.
Okay, that's new.
So alright. So the title in this game of tug and war, someone has to win. So yeah, how can you judge which person would win? What do you think dictates that?
I don't really think you can dictate that.
Because
You don't know everybody's strength and you don't know which one of them is stronger. Every time go lose. Go just tired and give up.
so your view then is the person who gives up, then the other person would win for that sense. Yeah, alright, fair enough.
My name is Antonia South, otherwise known as Southside. In our Caribbean, there are a lot of different species, but one of the most elegant species is the bird. The reason I find birds and other animals of the jungle attractive is because of their features they all have, which makes them interesting for me. Birds, and especially parrot, are elegant species, which gives me, as an artist, the interest to draw them. just all have what it takes for people to fall in love. All my three artworks are entitled Imperiled Inhabitants because they are all endangered habitants of a certain era, which is the cockpit country. My first piece, which is the piece to the left, the top left of the front wall of the art room, beside the larger part, was completed on October 20 and matted on December 8, 2015. The medium used was pencil on paper. My second piece, which is located in between the smaller part and a Jamaican boa, otherwise known as big snake. The medium used for this artwork is also pencil and paper, and this piece was completed and matted on December 8, 2015. My final piece, which is the Jamaican boa, was completed on December 8, 2015. The medium used was also pencil on paper. All my three artworks clearly stand under my group theme, Wildlife of Humanity. The artist that influenced me to draw a bird is the Caribbean painter Hannah Cook. In her artwork, she paints a variety of different things. She painted a bird, a parrot, two parrots on a perch, which I liked the outcome, but I didn't like the medium she used, which was painting. So I chose to draw the same bird, which is the black-billed parrot, but use a different medium, which is pencil drawing on paper. One work done by Hannah Cook, which is entitled Fine Art, is similar to my artwork because we both have a similar bird in our work, which is a black-billed parrot. The piece I refer to as my best piece is the black-billed parrot, which is in the middle. On it you can find beak, a feather, wing, eyes, colors, values which is black and white, and curve and straight lines. The beak is found on the right side of the cartridge paper. It is attached to the head. It is slightly attached to the head and goes down to the neck. The eye is located in the middle of the head, right beside the beak. There is only one eye shown to how the bird is drawn. The feathers are located under the neck where there are a number of different values used in this artwork, which is black, white, gray, medium dark, light dark, light gray, etc. The images used are the right images to represent my theme. This goes because my theme is imperiled inhabitants. And a bird such as the parrot is one of those many inhabitants. The images gives the impression I want them to, because they all come together to show a black-billed parrot as the inhabitant. The thing I like about my artwork is the shape of the bird. And the way and it became the way I wanted it to be. The feathers of the bird made it successful to me because it looks just the way I wanted them to. There is one thing I didn't like, which is the texture of the beak. To make the outcome of the bird finished exactly, I would put more texture on the beak to make it perfect.
Oh, you do them yourself. Yes.
They're asking about the bottom.
The technique was used for the bottom was smudging, and I used rubber to curve out the feather.
Oh, you look nice. It's the camera.
What we need is bread, food, and belly food for our health. So don't get caught up in a petty passion.
I have gained a liking for this area of study because I can express my feelings in my work in a way persons can understand and relate. It draws your attention in many different aspects of life and teaches you about the different types of values and brings out your expectations to life and also your fantasy. What I'm interested in visual arts the most is based on new life which I depict through the animal kingdom. This is so because animals draw my attention to them, towards humans, and also their behavior that we use to communicate with each other. The three pieces that I have completed for this exhibition is Learning to See with the art mediums pencil, crayon, and paper, which was done on December 8, 2015. Protection Mind Free is my second piece with the art medium pencil and crayon, which was done on the 20th of November 2015. The Dog and the Ball, which is the final piece, was done on the 14th of October 2015 with art medium pencil and crayon. My Caribbean artist, Bernadette Persuade, born in 1946, is a Guyanese painter. She is a graduate of the University of Ghana and of the Barrow School of Art in Georgetown. Her paintings are expressionist in style and present her perspective on her homeland's society. Her painting career began in the early 1980s when she felt a need to express her ideas through her creativity. In 1985, she became the first woman to win the Ghana National Visual Arts Competition. The theme, Wildlife of Animals, was chosen to show my inspiration through animals. My favorite piece is The Dog and the Ball because it shows the happy side of animals and brings out the joy in them. To create this piece, I used the art mediums, pencil and paper, to show my light, medium, and dark.
Why the owl have on the glass? Why does the owl have on the glass?
Well, for owls, as we all know, they cannot see in the daytime. So people normally wear glasses in the day. So to show this owl is wearing the glasses to make everyone know that he is trying to learn. So he's like a smart owl.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Cecily Townsend from Living Loyalty. Art, my title is based on wildlife, animals in the wildlife. Art is a beautiful way of expressing your feelings and things that you are not able to talk about boldly. The different sides of a person can be shown in their artwork without uses of words. My work is based on Through the Eyes of a Dog. This is about how dogs think they are treated by people through their eyes. My artwork should be able to express the dog's feelings, and the person viewing my work can relate to such feelings as the dogs. The reason I chose this was because when I was growing up, I learned that all things should be treated equally, and do unto others as you have them do unto you, no matter the species. Stray dogs are especially treated like nothing, and such cruel acts like scolding a dog, I strongly oppose against this. I use a lot of different techniques to improve my work to look better than the one before. A lot of time has been placed in all my pieces, but it therefore turned out to be well done. I had a lot of help from my art teacher, Mr. Patmore, with the different techniques I could have used. The artist that inspired me the most was Michel Jean Casaban. He was a product of early art history of Trinidad and Tobago. He was born in Trinidad in 1813. He studied art in Pans and took great delight in portraying the urban and rural aspects of various places in Trinidad in a naturalistic style which resembled that of the great painters of Europe at the time. He was noted for his very fine use of watercolors and oil paints. Casaban has indeed left the country with a rich visual heritage. He died in 1888. it was not until around 1930 to 1940 and thereafter that our art was being produced by local artists. Many had been fortunate to have studied art abroad and returned to their homeland filled with enthusiasm and motivation. Mr. Mitchell had inspired me with one thing, which is to have confidence in what you do, and it is okay to be different. His nature art piece, The Caroni River, does not relate to my theme, wildlife, but it shows nature and forests, which are some characteristics of what wildlife is about. The, the medium that was used for his art piece, Caroni River, was pencil, watercolor, and scratching on paper. The theme for this artwork is wildlife. The best piece for me would be the first one I had done, which has the title Scolding. It is my best piece because it took a lot of time to be completed, and it was the first time I had to draw something from my imagination on paper. It took a lot of time mainly because as I was drawing, new ideas and techniques came to mind. If I were to do this piece again, the one thing I would change would be the zinc gate in the background. Reason for this was because it was poorly shaded. This art piece was done with pencils, pencil crayons, wax crayons, and on paper, and was matted on black cartridge paper. This first piece, the title for this first piece is It's Still Murder. It was done in October 2015, not sure of the date. And the medium was papier mache on paper. The last piece has the title Hitting on Me. The art medium that was used was pastel on paper, and it was done in October 2015.
Alright. Any comments?
Yes, I like the piece at the top. Usually when we are drawing, the thing that we are focusing on, we put it at bigger, sir. But the way she do it, we still know that it's the dog that she's talking about. Don't see.
Right, because all the details is not really about the people that are there. It's just about the dog. Yeah.
Oh yeah, the texture and the brick wall. Nice second piece.
The brick wall.
Yeah.
Second piece. The wall.
Section with those pencil crayons. Light is coming from the top right. So to get it lighter, I use red, and as it gets darker, I use blue, mixing with the red, so it turns purple.
The texture for the third piece, for the face, it looks realistic and right.
He's saying the texture for the third piece on the face. It looks realistic. What's that texture supposed to represent?
Here.
The texture on this piece presents the dogs fur. It was used. It's known as papier mache or paper mache, and it was used with tissue and glue and water.
So how did you get that texture? What did you do to the tissue?
I used the tip of a fork, the back part, and just stick it, so it create this 3D look. This is showing that through the eyes of a dog, it's still murder, because dogs are much as important as people are. So I consider as murder same way, because still living themselves, and people are still not running much. This section of the face is mainly the section of the eye, right here, the eye of the dog.
Sir, I like your buttons. Sir, I like how you like the show that dog and feelings. I like when you friend and fight when I like it, so when you friend and fight, I like it.
style is like the image my eye find this was a dog to black and white.
Emotions are my three pieces were done under the theme peer emotions. Emotions is within our everyday speech. A person's state of feeling is dependent on their situations or based on stimuli. My first piece is platonic, which means of love or friendship, intimate and affectionate, but not sexually. Medium is drawing pen, colored markers, and pencil on Curtis paper, done October 9, 2015. My second piece is The Other Side, medium, crayons, pencil, red colored ink pen on white Curtis paper, done October 28, 2015. And my last piece is Take a Stand, medium, crayons, pencils on white Curtis paper, done December 6, 2015. I didn't set out to be an artist or to create artwork relating to social emotions, but as my portfolio developed and people started to interview my work, the description stated to emerge, and I began to notice a pattern I haven't intended, but I'm now pleased with. My artwork takes a critical view of social and emotional issues. In my work, I deconstructed about peer emotions, having engaged with my peers. I have now known all rights movements and how they feel through school and out school. My work reproduces familiar visual signs of this issue. Students prefer not to show their emotions. They hide their feelings and emotions behind a fake smile that put on their faces in order to not have to explain to people why they are sad. They try to fit in, but somehow, no matter how much they try, it will people never work. People are always harassing them. They get no break from the world, and behind all of that, they are bleeding. I've realized my peers try their best to hold in their anger at others. They are afraid of showing the other side of them regarding what people might say about them. In other cases, these same persons are the ones that turn themselves into bullies and taking their anger towards those that are feeble. My influences are first and foremost everything I see, feel, or experience. I love work particular by Paul Adams and mostly Stan Burnside. He was born in 1949 in Bahamas. In 1991, after reconsidering his role as an artist, Burnside made the decision to organize the prominent artists in the Bahamas and establish the country as a hub for talented and world-class visual arts. I love his art piece, Last Supper Club, done in 1992. In his piece has a variety of colors, and it also shows a lot of emotion. The result of his efforts was known as Brahman Creative Artists United for Serious Expression. My best piece is The Other Side because it sends out a strong message about peer emotions. Everyone has another side of them apart from what you see. In this piece, it shows a schoolgirl and another side of her trying to escape. As you can see, this hand indicates that she is trying to hold in the other side of her because she might be afraid of what people might see.
Sir, that piece also.
Which one? Label.
Take a stand. When I understand what it has show when in all it to other people.
So,
In this piece shows a boy confronting his fears. Based on his expression in his face, is showing that he's tired of being bullied and being harassed. So he confronts his fears by going to the bullies and confronting his fears.
okay.
You're saying I confront me fear.
That I bullying.
So why you take me now question they ask why you see that do him level of two person as the option to express him stand up to fear.
Because
They're asking why have him holding two figures.
the two figures I bully them.
Or should say the two figures are the bully.
Mm-hmm.
So he's taking a stand against the bullies, right?
Fish. Me show him big because fish shows him a bigger person.
So he's taking control of it. So he's not allowing the bullies to dominate him anymore. He's being bold. Okay, thank you. So, alright.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Reverend Grady, and I am an grade 11 art student. I am specialized in graphic design, and my artwork represents various activities that takes place in the animated world. I chose graphic design because of my love for video games, cartoons, and anime. Upon creating my ideas, I use different materials and techniques to improve my artist skills, but I am still researching for different means for different means for taking on such a task and improving on them. Throughout my designs, I try to make the people who view my work get an understanding of the type of stress students undergo at school. Stress at school is a day-to-day experience for students. The medium I use is pencil and paper. I have 3 pieces where the first is titled John to a Lion's Den. The art medium I use is pencil and paper, and this was created on the 8th of December 2015. Secondly is titled School a Heavy Load. This is also completed on the 9th of December 2015. The third piece is business card and a logo with the motto Stop Stressing and Start Living. These were done on the 2nd of November 2015. One Jamaican artist who inspired my choice of work was Jeanette Davidson. She is a graphic design illustrator who illustrates the novel book Bad Girls in School. The book is about 3 girls who is causing disruption in school and causing the other students to have fear of attending classes. Even though the teachers have tried their best to mold these girls, they still continue on their destructive path. With their destructive ways, the other students probably felt like a lamb going to a slaughter on a daily basis by going to class and getting additional stress from the girls' distraction and their destructive behaviors that make class even harder to do. Of the 3 pieces, my favorite is titled John to a Lion's Den. Why I chose this piece is because it is telling a story that it shows me forcefully being dragged to class. To the left shows the art portfolio fell to the ground with my artwork being scattered. In the middle shows me forcefully being dragged to class with the aid of a rope. And to the right there is an open classroom door that I am resisting from attending. The light direction is coming from the top left by using a wide range of 2 to 6B pencils to show the values and tone in the artwork. The entire work was done in black and yellow with an array of curved lines were used, and these are multiple textures present such as fabric that are used on my school clothes and smooth textures for the paper, door, wall, and table. The fear on my face shows the expression in this art that is fearful in going to class. My artwork takes a critical view of students are facing at school. In my work, I recreated to identify hardship, the resistance, and burden that students are experiencing year after year. Thank you all for your time and have a great day.
Yes. Alright, so
My work explores the relationship between emotions and life. As an artist, I work hard to develop drawings that speaks to both me and the others about emotions. Part of my process before I begin drawing is to read, do sketches, and ask questions. I try with every finished work to breathe life into a long forgotten piece of drawing so that my own design, ideas, and lifestyle are displayed on paper. The challenge, as with my recreated moment from a long time piece, is not to mimic the moment and instead capture it in the way I love and enjoy it in all forms. Rejoin other drawings is mostly what I enjoy doing because in myself, I say I can redo this better than the original piece. It sometimes gets hard for me to do, but in that time, I just listen to my music and put pencil to paper and who to say I have not done it. My first piece is The Birthday Party, which was done on the 13th of October. My medium used a marker on coated Bristol. My second piece is Story Time. This was done on the 13th of November, which my medium is pencil crayon on paper. My final piece, which entitled The Happy Playground, was completed on the 4th of December, which I used the crayon, pencil crayon, and gelling pen on paper. The Caribbean artist that inspires me is Rochelle. She was born in Jamaica, started illustrating and painting at an early age. She moved to England to further her studies. She completed a first-class BA honors degree in animation at the University of Creative Art. She returned to Jamaica and has established her career as an illustrator, graphic designer, and a fine art painter. She is the illustrator for the book The Happiness Dress. My work is done under the theme Children's Happiness. Happy Playground is my best piece because more expression of fun to children is shown. I use gel ink pen and pencil crayon on paper, showing my light, medium, and dark areas. I also use organic shapes to show my different objects so they can be easily noticed. My Caribbean artist that inspires me does the same with her illustration, The Happiness Dress book. She also repeated her colors using flat colors and thin black lines to outline her images, which I also did. That's why I chose her to be my Caribbean artist.
I like the one with the boy on the bed. The carpet, sir.
For story time.
Yeah, it's like almost like I can feel the carpet, sir. Like I'm really in a room.
Okay, so the texture on the carpet.
Yes, sir.
The texture on the carpet is good. Alright.
Hello.
Yes, Risha. What's your comment?
Sir, I like the birthday party name. If I was like the birthday party. I like all she use the marker. Can't find her, so just look like one solid figure. Yes. It looks solid, but you know, say align and then it goes for shade with nice. I don't understand that and then
Which one?
Yes. Okay. Alright. That is good.
My name is Alexa, and my artwork is based on the critical and negative effects related to lattice scam in the parish of Trelawney. Oftentimes, as a young boy growing up in the parish of Trelawney, I've seen lattice scam taking down many of my friends due to the negative impacts of it that many persons aren't aware of. With the help of my work, I vow to expose them to the public. I use the techniques of mixed media to stand out more and also to capture the minds of both young and old readers.
I colored with bright color, outstanding colors, and also marker to make my piece attractive and convincing. I hope it speaks to you in one way or another. I have done 3 pieces based on the theme negative impacts of letter scamming. The first one is fully equipped. Art mediums are pencil and pencil crayon on paper, completed on the 10th of December 2015. Secondly, the anti-scam poster. Art mediums use were markers, pencil, and pencil crayon on paper, completed on the 10th of December 2015. Lastly, still taking what is not yours. Art medium, pencil, and pencil crayon on paper, completed on the 10th of December. Tanya Marie Williams is a Caribbean artist who inspired my choice of work. She is a multidisciplinary graphic designer. Her unique and centric approach to design allow her work to extend and transcend from sophisticated corporate design to handmade lettering. Just like Tanya Marie Williams, I have used bright, innovative, and attractive methods in order to capture attention of patrons. Out of my 3 pieces of work, the one that I think is most successful is fully equipped. 2 computers and a Wi-Fi modem behind one of them. 2 sets of money, which is on the left side. A credit card swipe machine also beside the book. 3 paper on top of each other are also to the left of the paper and in front of the paper are 3 cards placed on each other, and lastly, telephone which is at the front. All of these are on a table in a row. All images listed above are tools to perform lattice scamming, and the theme for my exhibition is negative effect of lattice scamming. Based on the other pieces I have observed, I think this work would have been more successful if I added more details to the images.
Can ask. Alright, yes. Question.
The last piece that you did, it was my least favorite because it was obvious that you hurried it. You didn't take any time out. So I suggest that next time you should put a little bit more effort in it because it was obvious that it was hurried. And I don't really like it. But the first piece that you did, I really like it because it's clear that you took time out to do it and to get in those lines in the computer. You know what I mean? But good job on the first one, but the last one, next time put a bit more work in it.
Yes, Risha.
I like fully equipped, but there's one problem. Since you add value and use your rubber wisely to fade.
So just add more value and use your eraser to fade when you're trying to blend. Though. Alright. Well, we have more questions.
My favorite piece is the third one. Still taking what is not yours. We're not supposed to be looking at the way how we draw it. We're supposed to be looking at the message that he's trying to show us. That. Yes, very nice. Yes. So as you can see, this man is rich. Yes, and he has a money tree in his yard, and thieves such as or another name, scammers taking his money.
And to me, art is expressing myself through drawing, painting, and other methods that are unknown, and to persuade others to either want more art to follow. My style of expression is portrait drawing because I like the technique used to copy the person to the paper. The name of the Caribbean artist that I have chosen is Nadine Gonella. Born in Canada, Nadine studied at the OCAD University in Toronto and Florence, Italy, where she graduated with honors in the figurative discipline. Her work reflects a search for reconciliation between apparent contradictions such as creation and destruction, sexuality and spirituality. This drawing is entitled Don't Get Caught. This was done on October 21st, 2015, and it featured a persuasive poster about scamming. The mediums are marker on Bristol paper. Piece 2, it was completed on December 6, 2015 and is entitled Tools of the Trade. The mediums are crayon and paper. Piece number 3 is entitled Punishment of Scamming. It was completed on December 9, 2015 and its mediums are crayon and paper. I think that piece number 2 is the best piece out of the 3 because it brought out the information I wanted it to, and it has a lot of details and it grabbed the eyes of the viewers, and it features still life. Portrait is a painting, photographs, sculpture, or other artistic representation of a person in which the face and the expression is predominant. The intent is to display the likeness, personality, and even the mood of the portrait was not displayed in any of my style that would fit my work and not that I am interested in.
Yes, my favorite piece is the middle piece, sir, because although he's telling us about scamming, instead of just putting on the devices on the table, he put the TV, so he can let us know it's something that's worldwide, it's worldwide spread.
I like punishment of scamming because even though there's a variety of incidents going on, it all look like one picture and you can understand it even if you need a explanation piece.
Alright,
Still get
so
where they're going.
that's all the pieces. Can we give everybody a round of applause, please?